How y'all doing? Hey, I got asked by a few people to do a toolbox talk for all of you, and I was trying to think about what was actually relevant. What would you guys want? I mean, we haven't heard about stuff in a long time. What would be something that'd be important for you? And the only thing I could think of is this friggin' COVID stuff. So I thought I'd tell y'all, because everybody's got questions about COVID. Everybody. Oh my gosh, it's going over the top. But let's just take COVID and make it easy. Let's figure it's easy COVID. So I want to tell you a few rules, a few things, a couple things we should be following out there. One is everybody on site is supposed to have training. And the training doesn't mean it's got to be 3 hours long or 2 hours, or it means you got to have training understanding the exposure to COVID. It also means that every job site has to have a COVID safety resource officer. Now, some people don't want to have a COVID safety resource officer, so they can just have a safety resource officer. But it's really got to be somebody that's on that site, right there, every day, all shift. So every site has to have a COVID safety resource officer. The training that I talked about also, that person probably wants to do it, site-specific stuff, take a few minutes, just talk about what our exposures are to COVID and how we're protecting everybody, each and every one of us. And it's each and every one of our responsibilities to protect ourselves. The other piece in this, and I talk about protecting everybody. I'll tell you, and I've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, and I'm going to talk about it one more time. There are a couple very simple things you can do to protect yourself on our job sites. And I know they're kind of a pain in the ass, but you have to do it. Number one, don't stop at Cumberland Farms for coffee. Don't stop at Cumberland Farms, Champlain Farms, Maplewood, Maple Tree, any Jiffy Mart. Don't! It's done. Pack your coffee. Bring your coffee with you and just get it there, okay? Pack your coffee in old-fashioned thermos. I'll tell you what happens. You walk into Cumberland Farms right there, and you turn around and you say, I'd like a cup of coffee, and the girl hands you this coffee cup just like that, and the cup's on top of it and whatnot. You go over to that coffee pump, and you start pumping that coffee pump right there, and you pump that coffee, bum, 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 and you put it right there in the cup, and you turn around, and you put the top right there on top of that cup, pat it down well. You realize nobody cleans those friggin' pumps. I mean, if they clean them once an hour, once every 2 hours, think of the number of people that went over in there and started pumping on that friggin' thing, and they got COVID hand. And now you got COVID hand. And not only do you have COVID hand, but you got friggin' COVID coffee, and then you turn around and you got COVID lips when you drank from the cup. You drank, you got it. We got to stop that. That's an important piece, because that's transference. The other one is we got to maintain 6 feet around us. That's a great rule. 6 feet. Here, I always think about it as just staying, you know, a cow's length away. You all know what a cow is, and you know how big a cow is. I'm not saying a calf. I'm not saying a bull. I'm just saying a friggin' cow's length. Just remember, a cow's length away. That works very well. That's a new Vermont measurement, by the way. So we got to have training. We got to have pre-screening. When you come to the job site, I got 3 or 4 questions I want to ask you. Have you been exposed to COVID out there? Has anybody in your family been exposed? And do you have a temperature? We aren't going to check everybody's temperature every day. What I want to do is have you check your temperature. If you got 100-degree temperature or better, you shouldn't be coming in. We got to hold you on that, because frankly, if you don't get COVID hand, but you get other people sick because of your temperature, then the whole site is going down. I'd rather just help you and get through helping you than help everybody. And remember, where that temperature comes from, back here, this coffee. Remember, pre-screening, we're going to have pre-screening for deliveries. People, we got to make arrangements to have deliveries delivered. And then on your way in, you probably noticed there's a new friggin' sign there, and that's probably our screening process, that sign there that says no visitors allowed. If you can't pack your own lunch, don't have your wife bring it to us. That's it. And I don't want you leaving the job site once you get there. Once you get there, you're there for the day. I don't want to go out and get COVID and bring it back to me. The bathrooms, we're going to be trying to sanitize those twice a day, or at least wipe them down. You may be asked, I may be asked, John may be asked, Mike, Fred, Ernie, just if you got to chip in one day, just do that. Distancing, I said the 6-foot rule here, that 6-foot rule. The other piece within that is we all want to keep our masks on. And AGC's got gaiters and stuff. If you need gaiters, you call the office. Somebody will hit you up. Or you end up with one of those. I mean, we need masks because you guys are all spitters and stuff. And you're going to spit when you talk. So we need that type of stuff. Remember, if you're going to have a cigarette or do some chew, move away from people. And you can pull your mask down and do what you got to do. But while you're with people, have that mask on and have it in place. The other one is, don't forget a nice pair of gloves. Now everybody's talking about this latex and nitrile and everything else. But nothing wrong with a good pair of leather gloves, I'll tell you. And just because you don't want to operate that excavator or that roller or something else and touch those controls unless they've been wiped down. And you don't want to get somebody else's COVID hand on those controls and on that steering wheel on your hand and then on your face. So I'd wear gloves. And that would be, I would do that. The gloves, the mask. And then, of course, the 6-foot distancing. But I do that. That's important stuff. Hand washing. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, and then wash them again. Hand washing is important. As I said, we'll be cleaning. I'd like at the end of the day for you guys to take a moment. Wipe out the inside of your equipment. Wipe down your tools. Clean them up a little bit. Let's get some hand sanitizer, put it on a rag, and wipe stuff down. Keep that COVID hand from spreading. Travel, we're going to have problems with that. But remember, you guys that are traveling in from New Hampshire or New York or whatever, you got to travel directly to the job site, and at the end of the day, travel directly back. That's it. It's that simple. To the job site and directly back. Don't be stopping at Champlain, Cumberland, Jiffy Mart, Maplewood, any of those places. Just go right back. No lodging, we can't put you up yet. And again, just follow those rules. If you have any questions along this line, or you're wondering what to go on, you go to your COVID safety officer there on site and just ask them. But this isn't hard. This is just 5 or 6 rules. Very simple. Training, a CSRO, pre-screening, which I'm going to ask you to do yourself, to watch and observe the job site signs. Don't go to Champlain Farms. And then distancing, your mask, your gaiters, and your gloves. It's that easy. Hey guys, I hope you all have a good week. It's great to have you back. God, I can't wait till next week. If somebody has an idea, something they'd like to have talked about next week, just pop it all in there to the AGC website, or you can send me an email. My name's Richard Wobby. It's rjw@agcvt.org. And frankly, have a safe and happy week. Can't wait to see you next week. Thank you.